At that point, I think I had 2 or 3 songs to play, and I've written 25 this year. And some of them are pretty bad, so you won't hear those tonight, but just really grateful to be able to share the stage at such a esteemed place, and just happy to have you all listen. So this song's called Easy to Ignore. If I was taller, if I had better hair, could I make you notice? Could I make you aware? I want to be the kind of man you need, 'cause you're the lover I've been longing for. But I guess I'm just too easy to ignore. Well, I ain't that handsome, and I ain't that smart, and I don't have money, just a great big loving heart. Wish I could prove these loving arms to you, 'cause you're the woman I've always adored. And I'm tired of being so easy to ignore. Well, I'll be home every night, I'll pay the bills on time, and if we fight I won't keep score. I'll always believe in you, and you'll never wonder if I've told the truth. Look right outside your door. You'll find a love that you just can't ignore. Well, I'd give the world to know the thoughts you hide away, to shoulder all your pain and hold you every day. 'Cause in my dreams you turn your eyes to me, but dreaming's all the pain I can't afford. While I'm still so easy to ignore. Well, I'll be home every night, I'll pay the bills on time, and if we fight I won't keep score. I'll always believe in you, and you'll never wonder if I've told the truth. Look right outside your door. Your mom is gonna love me, your dad will think I'm funny, I'll even love the family cat. If you give me a chance, I'll give you a wild romance. You'll never wanna look back. Well, I'll be home every night, I'll pay the bills on time, and if we fight I won't keep score. I'll always believe in you, and you'll never wonder if I've told the truth. Look right outside your door. You'll find a love that you just can't ignore. You'll find the man that you've been waiting for. If you let me show you something more. Thank you.
All right. Mr. David, please. David Gross, folks.
It was just getting started.
We are.
That was lovely. This is fun. Did I do that right? I don't know. It's so complicated now. I'm glad you're here. I think we outnumber you, but it's close.
Not quite, but it's close.
We could have a little scrimmage, I guess.
Have some 4-on-4. That's for sure.
This is a glorified love song of my grandparents from Latvia. And they met in Riga, the capital. And I made up a place called Riga's Lake. My grandfather told the story of how he fell in love with my grandmother seeing her ice skating on this pond, so I made a name for it. And it's interesting thing is after a while, my father was using this song. This was his history almost. He took the thing I made up, and he said, yeah, that's how all the imagery that I had put in, he acted like, yeah, he saw that happen or something. It's interesting. This is called Riga's Lake. When winter reaches Riga's lake, the white caps snap off the waves, creating crystal shoreline far from the real land. That's when poor men walk on water, enchanted by the sparkling daughters of the moneyed homes of Riga that honeycomb that land. He was escaping from a Baltic fishing town, bewildered in the fold of Riga's cosmopolitan gown. She was a fancy skater, a swan that graced the pond at Riga. Her movements cut a loving line upon his alien heart. Love is never really blind. It sees deeper than the eyes. Love can put a light in any darkened hallway it can find. They became like immigrants from solitude to love. Loneliness lay beached like a whale upon that shore. And though they didn't quite know the language yet, they knew that they were home at last. And they let the time go past, 50 years and more. Love is never really blind. It sees deeper than the eye. Love can put a light in any darkened hallway it can find. The lake now sees new generations, new legs skate with hesitation. Always there are immigrants, but Riga's swan is gone. For a while her lover lingered on, fishing on the frozen pond, watching his reflections in the glassy eye of dawn. Love is never really blind. It sees deeper than the eyes. Love can put a light in any darkened hallway it can find. Next, poetry? We have some poetry coming up.
All right, Bob.
Oh, should I undo this or leave it in?
I think you leave it in. Fine.
Well, you're not going to get poetry the first thing.
Oh,
Some of you, if you cast your mind back 100 years or so, I know perhaps that might be difficult for some of you, but there was a thing called vaudeville in the United States, and there was a mirror image of it in the United Kingdom called music hall. And it was a movement to introduce and entertain people of ordinary means, not the rich who went to the opera and the theatre, but ordinary people, working people. And a lot of the songs were bawdy, rude, and some of them were quite beautiful. And this song I'm going to sing you is called A Mother's Lament. And it became famous one year when Cream, that famous group, put it as a sort of tail ender on one of their albums many years ago. Anyway, it goes something like this. A mother was bathing her baby one night, the youngest of 7, a terrible sight. The mother was poor and the baby was thin. 'Twas only a skeleton covered in skin. The mother turned round for the soap on the rack. She was only a moment, and when she turned back, her baby had gone. In her anguish she cried, "Oh, where is my baby?" And the angels replied, "Your baby has gone down the plug hole. Your baby has gone down the plug. Poor little thing was so skinny and thin. He should have been bathed in a jug, in a jug. Your baby is perfectly happy. He won't need a bath anymore. He's mucking about with the angels above. Not lost, just gone before." Oh, thank you.
that's fun. That's great. Music hall. Music hall. I guess, did that go the same way vaudeville went?
Yep.
Yeah, well, too bad. I mean, with powerful songs like that. Well, I'm going to do one of mine here. I've been cheated on and lied to. Seems every day I've been alive. Rattled to my bones. I know that I've been jived. Well, if I want to get ahead, Gotta leave that girl behind. That screen door slammed behind me, gonna free my troubled mind. Seem to be losing some of my joyfulness. Gotta get me out of town. I'm gonna hop on that old streetcar, them motorboards that whine, ride them old tracks down to the end of the line. I know she'll only bring me down. She'll only make me moan. There's company and conversation when I'm all alone. Slip away at the crossroads and get me out of town. Well, now the sun is beating down. My eyes can feel the heat. Shoe leather so warm thin, my toes can feel that gritty street. Some say that love's a fire you never gotta stoke. Man, I say love's a punchline to a never-ending joke. Well, you might think that I'm a dangerous man. Some call me a loner, be the beggar man. No thief, just a poor boy on the road. Now I'm walking Highway 90 from the chef down to the Pearl. And way that high tide river take me out of this world. Purge such thoughts out of my mind and get me out of town. Now I'm so weary of this walking, I'm so unmotivated. These blues that I'm feeling, well, they're just so overrated. Go north or east or west, the choice I gotta choose. I gotta stop me going south, 'cause that's the way back to you. Oh, well, now that picket fence is picked, gate hinge is broken down. That oak tree is a sagging span, and moss all on the ground. Don't wanna fix on what's broken, it'll only make me meaner. I certainly could use a drink, but that won't help me either. One thing I gotta do is get me out of town. Just keep my boots pointed that way and get me out of town. Thank you. All right. Back to the other end. We'll go around one more time.
That was awesome.
At least.
I've a friend in, we lived in Colorado for 15 years, and I have a friend out there. We've been backpacking. I think it's our fifth, this past summer was our 5th year in a row. And one of the things I've really grown to love about backpacking is you inevitably encounter the moments that just really suck. But you're 18 miles out there, and it sucks to walk back too. So you kind of have to choose if you're gonna, you know, how you're gonna feel about it. And I just feel like it's good for the soul to just encounter those moments. And so this is a song I wrote just getting ready for last year's trip called "Change the Scenery." I think it's time for a change of scenery. I think it's time I walked away out into the woods, disappearing into the greenery. Ain't coming back till I'm okay. Life's taken everything I've given it. It's awful slow to pay me back. I'm joining the birds out offering up their melodies. I've got some baggage to unpack. Yeah, well, I need a break to crawl away and to let my soul gaze up to the stars. Thank you.
You sing high and then you sing higher than that. Is it time for a silly song? It's not really silly. It's this is called the Piggy Bank song. This is my kind of my musical philosophy. Don't mix money with art. You know, you fuck them both up. Of course, that's what you do when you don't make money at what you're doing. Is like, and then you make it your decision. I will not make money at this. I think. No, but at a certain age, I walked out of the last bar that I sang at, and I said, I'm not going to sing in bars anymore. And then I found an actual job, and I did that for 40 years. And then I'm like Rip Van Winkle. I came back after I retired, and I go to a little jam session, and people are pulling out these little things and tuning their guitars. I'd never seen them before. That's like how long ago it had been. So what is that? You know, we used to go sit down and say, give me an E, and that's how we did it back then. So I'm 110 years old, that's why. Anyway, this is called the Piggy Bank song. If you want something from the piggy bank, get up and shake it around. It's got a skinny little slot, you must maneuver a lot to peg that fat money down. But you know the treasure's in there, waiting to get out, and all you gotta do is shake that thing about. And if you want something from the piggy bank, get up and shake it around. Shake it, but do not break it. Yes, and if you'd rather make honey in your hive, you gotta be a busy bee. If your pistils and stamens won't cross their pollinations, no sweet honeycomb for thee. But though it may take hours for those petals to unfold, you gotta have good flour to make sweet jelly roll. And if you wanna make honey in your hive, you gotta be a busy bee. Oh, but if you put your honey in your piggy bank, you can shake it, but you'll never hear a sound. You can break a wider slot, you can maneuver all you want, the treasure won't come down. Because your money's stuck in honey and your honey's stuck inside. So keep your piggy in the bank and your honey in the hive. And when you want something from the piggy bank, you won't shake your honey around. No, you won't shake your honey around.
Smooth, David. Oh, yeah. All right, David. All right, Mr. Sterry, enlighten us, sir.
Enlighten you, yeah. Yeah, we all need enlightening, right? All right. So this is a poem. It's a humorous poem, and I have read it in this room before, so the walls may remember it. You know, at my age, and I'm sure some of you are of similar age, when you go to your primary care provider, as they call doctors now, you really need to make a list, because if you go and you tell your doctor, okay, I got this, that, and the other, And then, he says this, that, and the other, and you drop off at the pharmacy, you pick up whatever, and then you go out to the parking lot, and you're driving off, and you say, oh, shit, I forgot to tell him about the thing. So you make a list, and this is my list. It's called My Medical Inventory, or Erectile is Not My Only Dysfunction. Scanning from the ground upward over my torso reveals a disturbing inventory of dysfunction and decay. Brachymetatarsia in both feet. Asymmetrical leg length. Reconditioned knee. Moderately atrophied right quadricep. Misbehaving piriformis. Nocturnal micturition insomnia. Now, come on, guys, you all know what that is. Hernia scar. Appendectomy scar. L4 and L5 vertebrae way too chummy. Epicondylitis, right side only. Inflamed right carpometacarpal joint. Terrifying. 1 foot scar from coronary artery bypass graft. Are these breasts? Are these jowls? A score or more of epithelial polyps decorate my neck and torso. Mixed with scattered actinic or seborrheic ketosis. Gum recession. Moderate gastrointestinal reflux disease likely causing persistent rhinitis. 3 diopter challenge in both eyes. Slightly relieved by cataract surgery. Dermatochalasis, left and right. Somewhat corrected by blepharoplasty. Malar festoons, look it up. Scintillating scotoma, look it up. Finally, to cap it all, androgenic alopecia with a rear solar panel developing. And yet, when asked, I reply, oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. And you? And you? And you still love me. Thank you.
Now, this is a song, I didn't write the music. This is a song that was written way back in the 1980s by a gentleman by the name of John Cephas, who's a wonderful blues player. He's passed now, but wrote a lot of instrumentals and other blues material. This is one he wrote as a harmonica guitar instrumental, and I learned it out at Mary Flowers, one of Mary Flowers' classes a few years back. But I always thought it's such a cool progression, but I don't always have a harmonica player handy, so I figured I'd write words to it. So that's what I did. Got the blue, day blues. Yeah, blue, day blues. The sun is so bright, but but nothing ain't right under clear blue skies. Sad in my eyes, oh how can the world be so bright with these blue day blues? I'm feeling blue day blue. Yeah, blue day blue. I just can't engage with ladies my age, so I keep on my shades. All color fades and all that hope is gone, so I stay blue day blues. Yeah, blue day blues. Oh, blue day blues. Yeah, blue day blues. Gotta sit me down and look it in the eye, see just for what it is, and hold my head up high. It's easy to be blue when clouds are rolling by and skies are gray, but not today. Just wish these clear blue skies would take these blue day blues. Yeah, blue day blues. There were sweet brown eyes, those deep brown eyes. It puzzles me now, just when and just how it's bugged me for days. How I lost that loving gaze, and all I'm left with now are these blue day blues. Yeah, blue day blues. Oh, blue day blues. Yeah, blue day blues. I'm sitting all alone, I'm sitting by the phone, just hoping you will call. But then again, it's all that I can do to not cry. As time passes by, oh, it's the best I can do. 'Cause the only color's blue, and all I'm left with now are these blue day blues. Yeah, blue day blues. Oh, blue day blues. Yeah, blue day blues. Thank you. All right, one more round, please.
Makes me want brisket. Oh, I don't know why I put this on. If Bob can sing a cappella, I guess I have permission to sing a cappella. This is a song. No hair. I'm getting close. So I felt inspired one day, and so I wrote this song. It's called Eulogy. When I die, lay me down in the forest, food for every beast. Let this flesh be of use one last time. Let my existence conclude with a feast. Open me up, plant an acorn inside me. Welcome the birds to nest. May I give shade to the wayfaring stranger. May my remains offer comfort and rest. Come one and all, eat your fill of my carcass. Take all my nourishment. Let me return to the earth and her creatures. Offer me up when my last breath is spent. Don't waste your time on memorializing any of my life's works. Time conquers all, and my life is a vapor, gone in a breath, every blessing and curse. If my name is remembered forever, if all of time forgets, I will be gone into peace, into slumber, never disturbed in my eternal rest. Come one and all, eat your fill of my carcass, take all my nourishment. Let me return to the earth and her creatures. Offer me up when my last breath is spent. Well, I'm afraid of letting go, of knowing I'll be gone tomorrow. When I die, lay me down in the forest, food for every beast. Let this flesh be of use one last time. Let my existence conclude with a feast. Thank you.
Rhythm of city life is a crazy ballet, and some days I just can't dance it. I escape that river of taillights, moving slowly away from the sunlight. I'm turning around, a tide lifts me up and takes me now. Troubles drown out in the middle of my dreams, in the middle of my dreams, out in the middle of my dreams. This morning the rain made a symphony, complete with trash can timpani. Time to jump out of bed, but I lay back instead and let the music play whirlpools around my head. I'm turning around, high tide lifts me up and takes me now. I'm moving downstream to the ocean where my troubles drown. And out in the middle of my dreams, in the middle of my dreams, I'm out in the middle of my dreams. The moon is crossing the sky, the seasons circle the sun. Moon and earth and sun are spinning through infinity. Our dreams are what we become, they are the engine that runs the wheels of this machine. We're riding to eternity, we're turning around. High tide lifts us up and takes us now. We're moving downstream to the ocean where our troubles drown. We're out in the middle of our dreams, in the middle of our dreams. We're out in the middle of our dreams. Our dreams, our dreams, our dreams.
Right. A few years ago, I used to sing in a cabaret show of my own making, and it was inspired by the songs of Franco-Belgian songwriter Jacques Brel, who some of you might know, and I mixed it up with songs from Randy Newman, Flanders and Swan, and a few others, and interspersed the songs with poetry as well. One of the songs I really liked was Randy Newman's The Great Nations of Europe. It sort of appealed to my satirical nerve, and I'm going to attempt to sing this a cappella. My pianist is nowhere to be seen, so here we go. The great nations of Europe had gathered on the shore. They'd conquered what was behind them, and now they wanted more. So they took to the mighty ocean, they took to the western sea, the great nations of Europe in the 16th century. Hide your wives and daughters, hide the groceries too. Great nations of Europe coming through. Gran Canary Islands, first land to which they came. They conquered all the Canaries there, which gave the land its name. There were natives there called Guanches, Guanches by the score. Bullets diseased the Portuguese. They weren't there anymore. Now they're gone, they're gone, they're really gone. You've never seen anyone so gone. There's pictures in a museum, some lines in a book, but you won't find a live one, no matter where you look. Hide your wives and daughters, hide the groceries too. Great nations of Europe coming through. Columbus sailed for India, found Salvador instead. He shook hands with some Indians, and soon they all were dead. They got TB and typhoid and athlete's foot, diphtheria and the flu. Excuse me, great nations coming through. Balboa found the Pacific, and on the trail one day, he met some friendly Indians whom the church told him were gay. He had them torn apart by dogs on religious grounds, they say. Great nations of Europe were quite holy in their way. Now they're gone, they're really gone. You've never seen anyone so gone. Some bones hidden in a canyon, some paintings in a cave. There's no use trying to save them, there's nothing left to save. Hide your wives and daughters, hide your sons as well. With the great nations of Europe, you can never tell. Where you and I are standing at the dawn of a century, Europes have sprung up everywhere as far as I can see. But there on the horizon is the possibility that some bug from out of Africa will come for you and me, destroying everything in its path, from sea to shining sea, like the great nations of Europe in the 16th century. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Little history lesson. Didn't know you were going to get that tonight. I know we have a new grandfather in the audience tonight. Very recently, yep. Christopher over there at the bar. Well, that's a special thing. I have 2 grandchildren, and I just got to visit them for Thanksgiving. Traveling on Thanksgiving wasn't that bad, actually, this year. If you left on the previous Tuesday and you came home the following Tuesday, it wasn't bad at all, actually. Stayed away from all the craziness. But anyway, I get to see them only once in a while because they live in Chicago. And only get to see them a couple times a year. But when they were little, I mean, they're old now and grody. They're 16 and 13. But when they were 10 and 6 and 7 and 8, I told them, I'm always thinking about you now. Don't forget, Grandpa's always thinking about you. They call me Papa. And I want them to understand that I was always thinking about them and worried about them, but, you know. So I wrote them a song. If I were your shadow, we could play tag in the sun. I'd chase you around and hold on tight, and I'd keep your secrets, everyone. If I was your shadow, I'd climb up walls to bend and grow. And I'd fly across the canyon at sunset. If you stood high up on a hill, if I'd stretch out when the sun warms your back, or race ahead at streetlights when you passed thunder in the night. If I was your shadow, I'd climb up walls to bend and grow. And we'd snuggle close side by side in your nightlight's gentle glow. Oh, and I would hide on cloudy days and wash away in raindrops and flash when the lightning laughs away. Oh, and I can ride a two-wheeler too, and I can skip rope just as fast as you. I'd be amazing till the twilight ends the day. If I was your shadow, I'd dress up just like you, and you'd hide and I'd always seek you out. And I bet I'd find you too, and we'd look good in hats. The snappier the better. I can be taller and I can be shorter, and we'd look cool in your blue sweater. Grandpa's 2,000 miles away, but let's go out and play. I'm here every day, you see, 'cause your shadow, well, your shadow, that's me. Yeah, I'm your shadow. Come on, let's go out and play. Thank you. Let's do one more, and then we'll take a short break, and then we'll finish up. So thank you all again for coming out. We really appreciate it. Great music tonight. Jeremy, what do you got, man? Great stuff. Take us to church again, or what?
Maybe. This is a song I wrote about a few different women in my life, probably some women in your life too. It's called $1 Million Woman. Trusting her treasure in the devil's hands. She will give and he will take, multiplying her mistake. Whoa, yeah. Pain of life is amplified. Childhood dreams are cast aside. What could have been, what price was paid? The years of promise are sanded away. Oh, baby dragged in his way. A life of promise fed to a snake. $1 million future sold for ash, racing towards a fiery crash. $2 Thank you.
More complicated stuff here.
Yeah, it don't get easier.
No, it's harder every year. Been down a blind alley, been around a blind curve. Blind with ambition, but I lost my nerve. Fooled around the schoolyard, playing blind man's bluff. Taking off the blindfolds as I've had enough. It's blind love, blind love. When you never know love, writings on the wall. It's blind love and it's no love at all. Well, I had blind faith and I gave blind trust, and I felt blindsided when the dream went bust. Must have had a blind spot, never saw it coming, baby. Oh no, the worst kind of loving is blind love. Blind love, when you never see the writings on the wall. It's blind love and it's no love at all. Baby, the sun don't shine at night. Only a fool wait around to see if it might. Well, I look both ways for a cross against the light, and I read every single word before I sign the dotted line. But every time a lover comes into my life, I open my arms and close my eyes, and I get blind love, blind love. When you never see the writings on the wall, it's blind love and it's no love at all. Baby, the sun don't shine at night. Only a fool wait around to see if it might. Well, I live long gone. I forgot the words. Blind love, when you never see the writings on the wall. It's blind love and it's no love at all. It's blind love and it's no love at all. Blind love is no love at all.
If you hadn't told us, we wouldn't have known. Yeah, I thought that was, I said, boy, I wish I'd have written that.
I always say lie a little. Okay, Stephen Hawking, the great astrophysicist, died a few years ago, and I was moved to write a poem about him. And it's to do with my disbelief. Dear Stephen, if anyone could convince me of an afterlife, it might be you. Breaking off from the heavenly poker game you are playing with Galileo, Newton, Tesla, Sagan, Einstein, and, oh yes, St. George Carlin, that is. To send me an existential postcard, a simple modulated waveform would do, but in a nanosecond or even less, I already concluded we should pay far more attention to things you said while alive. It would still be tough, actually impossible, to convince me. Even with an actual physical postcard, I get bored easily, and infinity scares the shit out of me. So this prose poem is not really for you, dear Stephen, just that part of you that remains here. Let's hope we use it wisely. Oh, Steve? How you doing? Oh, okay. Thank you.
I don't want to follow that. Let's take 10 minutes and stretch your legs, get yourself another libation. Christopher's at the bar. We got Steve at the door. Got Shelly in the back, taking care of everything here. I want to thank Jeremy, David, and Bob for filling in. And Michael Henchman on sound. Thank you, Carly, on the video. Thank you, everybody watching at home. We'll be back in no more than 10 minutes because we're going to keep things moving around. So, okay, thank you. Okay, welcome back to the stage. That's okay. It's okay. We did a real kind of a quick turnaround here, but start off with John's or with Bob. So I'm going to start off tonight. The second one, another one of my positive love songs that things never seem to work out. You hearing me? Okay, now you're going to hear me. Sorry. You say you love me, always be true. When people talk and there's rumors about you, I've been around this block more than a few times. Looks like I'm coming round again. They said, is this old boyfriend that you've been talking to? Old memories can be tragic, and I got my eye on you. I've been around this block more than a few times. Looks like I'm coming round again. Seems I fall in love too easy, and I always give it everything I got. But you took my heart and then you headed out that door, and I can't make you stop. What can I do now? My youth and love is spent, and these wild-eyed hopes of overloaded passion spent. I've been around this block more than a few times. Looks like I'm coming round again. Yeah, I fall in love too easy, and I always give it everything I got. But you took my heart and then you headed out that door, and I can't make you stop. Went out for a stroll to think it over, weigh my options, future plans. I've been around this block more than a few times. Looks like I'm coming round again, yeah. I've been around this block more than a few times. Looks like I'm coming round again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Back to you, Jeremy.
I was talking with these nice folks about I started a project with a friend of mine early this year where we each started writing a song a week, and we turned it into a podcast. We had such a good time. But the thing is, when you write a song every week and you are a procrastinator, you find yourself on Saturday morning with a song due in 4 hours, and you can't be so precious about your lyrics. And you get surprises. You find surprises. So I have never written a song about trains or anything, but I have a train song now. So this song's called creatively Freight Train. It goes like this. The track, I've been tearing through the wind like the devil's at my back. I've been searching high and low for a place to lay my head. I've been looking for some rest, but I keep churning on instead. There's a madness taking hold, a never-ending thirst to run out of control and only giving you my worst. I keep looking straight ahead, hoping daylight's coming soon. But there's a freight train running through my soul. I'm burning hot and out of control, trying to peek around the bend, but I'm left to guess what's waiting at the end. And there's no end to the lengths that I will go to be the only one who ever knows every secret, every lie, every lazy compromise that gets me by. So I keep on rolling through the night. There's a voice that I ignore. There's a scratching in my bones, calling me to tell the truth and to let myself be known. But I'm terrified to think of my nakedness revealed, even though I know that everybody else knows how I feel. There's a madness taking hold, a never-ending thirst to running out of control and only giving you my worst. I keep looking straight ahead, hoping daylight's coming soon. But there's a freight train running through my soul. I'm burning hot and out of control, trying to peek around the bend, but I'm left to guess what's waiting at the end. And there's no end to the lengths that I will go to be the only one who ever knows every secret, every lie, every lazy compromise that gets me by. So I keep on rolling through the night. I keep on rolling through the night. Thank you.
Everybody needs a railroad song, freight train song. Everybody's got to have one.
Heavy metal.
Yeah.
Won't be able to sing for another week after that.
Oh, come on. You're only 46. so let's see, how high will I do this?
You got a lot more room on there if you need it, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Let's try it
dogs will
right
hear
here. Okay. It makes me remember when I was in high school, I was in a little band, and we did all the cover songs, you know, Rolling Stones and all that. And at the end of the night, we'd play in these little, they had these teen nightclubs around Chicago, and we'd go to there, and at the end of the night, I had to talk like Mickey Mouse. I had no voice left. Hey guys, let's get this stuff in the truck. Let's go. So, my wife and I have been together 49 years, and that's why she's not here. No, I'm kidding. We had something going on in our extended family, and she's taking care of a puppy so that the people who own the puppy can go take care of somebody else. And she's not here, which is good because she hates when I sing any songs that are personal. She's very private. It's a horrible thing to be married to someone who's airing your stuff out in public. And you know, remember that time you kissed me behind it? No. Anyway, so, you know, when you've been with someone that long, you have some ups and downs. And this is about like that little moment in time where like, how did this happen? What do we do now? So, this is called Only Two Fools. Come on, darling, give me that smile. That's not so hard to do. Maybe we could talk for a while. I'd like to talk to you. I don't know what brought us here to this sad place. All I know is I'm singing a song to fill my empty space. Everyone has something to do. I guess that I do too. But you and I have something to lose. I'd rather hang on to. After all that we've been through, to try to win this heart, seems to me that only two fools would let it fall apart. Someday when we're old and gray, we may look back and smile to think it all started out this way. There's been a bump or two, but we made it every mile. Now we're almost home, where we wanted to be. We found a world we could call our own. Just you, baby, just you and me. Ooh, oh. I know this world could sure be improved. There's too much cruelty, but every day could still be so good if you were here with me. My heart belonged to you on the day we met. If you feel the same way too, this isn't over yet. And someday when we're old and gray, we may look back and smile to think it all started out this way. There's been a bump or two, but we made it every mile. Now we're almost home, where we hope we would be. To find a world we could call our own. Just you, baby, just you and me. Ooh, oh. Thank you.
Well, thanks for that song, Dave. I've got you beat by 1 year. October 19th, Anne Louise, who was supposed to be here, and I celebrated our 50th wedding anniversary. And we had a party at a local bar restaurant with a few friends, 35 of them, heavy drinkers, all of them. And I'm still paying the bill. So, yeah. So thanks for that, Dave. That was a great song. Anyway, enough hilarity. I'm going to read you a very short story, which is a bit more serious, a bit heavy. So embrace yourselves. It's called Renton. Renton was aware of what had happened the moment he awoke. Like most middle-aged men at the declining end of that age, his waking moments were not usually a joyous realization that life, his life, was continuing and could be expected to be replete with fresh new experiences, bright, sunny liaisons with equally luminous people, and a warm, satisfying undertow of growing intellectual power, leading on to unique vistas of creativity. Indeed, those awakenings had ended rather earlier for Renton than anyone could have predicted. The general feeling amongst his peers, the few friends he had, and his enemies, was that he had peaked early. Unpredictable as it might have been, there had been a few clues to a softening, a barely perceptible deceleration of effort, and of course, many who actually had no idea what was happening claimed to have foreseen it, but did not feel they were obliged to say so at the time. All they had really foreseen was an opportunity to snipe at Renton in retrospect. Renton was used to it, even before the onset of decline, when he was in his celebrated period, what some call glory days. Backstabbing, sniping, and sometimes almost litigious gossip was aimed at him and his work. Renton was used to it, and in a way rather enjoyed the notoriety. He was thick-skinned and gave as good as he got. Nevertheless, the virtual overnight decline of his powers seriously shook his usual cynical elan, so much so that he went into a virtual seclusion, withdrawing from the society that had both loved and hated him. Barely into his fourth decade, Renton quickly became part of creative folklore. His work up until the decline was still admired and referred to, but rather in the way certain Victorians achieved a life after death. He may as well have been dead, and Renton thought of himself as lifeless. Without the internal creative furnace that had driven him, he felt almost empty, hollow. Watching the ongoing evolution of his former creative field from his isolation left him cold. He was neutral. He knew of other creative individuals who had been unable to hold on to life once their own skills had vanished or become greatly diminished. Renton had not given this terminal path a thought. Despite his own sharply reduced creative vigor, there was ignited an indestructible core of malevolence. It was this highly negative emotion that had very early in his seclusion become an insatiable desire for revenge. Perhaps it had always dwelt deep in his psyche, but was obscured by his talent. His revenge was not, as some vengeances are, general and wide-ranging, but a revenge aimed at one specific individual. Renton was later unable to say why this person had earned his hatred. It certainly gave the appearance of being completely random. Random or not, it gave Renton the energy to stay alive. It also forced him to ask, what exactly is revenge? And why does it seem so desirable? How does one exact it? What are the metrics? The intelligence that had once powered his work had not entirely vanished, but it now exercised itself in Renton's mind in a warped fashion. It was as if an alter ego had taken up residence in his mind. Whatever it was clever. For months it quietly constructed a complete fabrication of the lengths the target individual had taken to disparage not only Renton's work, but also spread heavily fertilized falsehoods about his private life, in particular his sexual preferences. This fabrication was inserted into Renton's baseline assumptions, not all at once, but piece by piece, each piece building on the increasingly firm foundation of the previous. From time to time, Renton saw the pieces for what they were. But as the aggregate grew, it became harder for him to doubt their veracity. In less than a year, Renton no longer doubted the construction and even found himself adding yet more invidious layers of falsehoods. The target individual was unaware of even the slightest hint that they were being remotely pilloried and made into the very incarnation of a lying, vindictive, heinous critic of Renton's life and work. Indeed, so innocent were they of Renton's hatred that they led an impromptu group of 4 of his former colleagues, trying to persuade him to come out of his seclusion, an activity that only made Renton's resolve to exact his revenge even firmer, since he saw this overture as immensely hypocritical. The group were rebuffed, but continued to attempt a rapprochement, often enough to cause Renton to write a polite but curt letter asking them to desist. Renton's isolation continued. A year passed, then another, but his conviction did not. The fabrication had become as much a part of him as his heart and lungs. Where at first it had seemed a satisfying fantasy, but real enough to make him question its direction, now it was his constant companion. Each day it grew. No day passed without a mental parade of the target individual's crimes against him, and the embryonic form of the revenge taking shape. An embryo that took little time to fully gestate. Against all their expectations, the group of former colleagues were stunned one morning to receive an invitation to Renton's house for a small evening gathering and an apology for his lack of contact with them. On arrival, they were greeted coolly by Renton. The target individual, innocent as ever, took the initiative to begin conversation. He mentioned how sorry they were that he had left. and hoped again that he would return. Renton nodded, as if to accept this opening gambit. But the words that then tumbled from his mouth in a 5-minute tirade were the condensation of all the fabrication that had lived in him for 2 years. His former colleagues tried to interrupt, but could see that Renton was not the Renton they used to know. And Renton incontrovertibly proved this conclusion when he pulled a small automatic pistol from his jacket and shot the target individual through the heart. Renton was aware of what had happened the moment he awoke, and fully awake he screamed for the jailer to bring him a notebook and pen. The book that he wrote relating his rise and fall, written as he went from arrest to indictment to trial to sentencing to incarceration, was a masterpiece of documentary fiction, and was the first of many from his pen. Even with his mind cleared of the malignancy that brought him to his prison cell, he still thought that the violent death of one mediocre poet was worth the rebirth, the transformation, as it were, of his own considerable talent.
Yeah, I got nothing so macabre. Thank you very much. No, I just been thinking back lately about my hometown, New Orleans, and all that they've been through in the last 15 years, coming up on the anniversary again of Katrina. And I remember back when I was a kid, and, well, not a kid, I was in college. I was much younger, at least. And we used to live in Lafayette, where I went to college at USL. And we had a great apartment up on the second floor of this old building. And we could see, Lafayette's not a huge town, so there's not a whole lot of 2- and 3-story buildings there, especially around the college. We could see for miles. We get up on our front porch and look out over the city, and it was really cool. But every once in a while, you'd get these afternoons where the summer heat would start building up thunderstorms down over Vermilion Bay. And you knew they were going to be rolling in the afternoon. And mostly, it'd rain a few hours, and then it would get steamy, and then it would cool off in the evening. But every once in a while, you get these supercells coming in. These gray-green clouds would roll in off the water, off the Gulf. And we thought that was always special, so we'd make a Teakoff stew or meatloaf or something that we could cook slow and long and sit on the front porch in our Adirondack chairs we had back then and just watch that sucker roll on in. Hey mama, come over here. You sip your wine, I got my beer, while the skeeters and the flies tap on the screen door. Hey mama, ease on back. What you doing? Just relax. I ain't had no shoes on since the 1st of May. Except when we stroll down to church come Sunday. I'll tell you tales of gods and might. You spin your yarns of queens and knights, or when P.F. sang at Les Genets and private cafes with Hemingway. Hey mama, what's on the stove? Mimi's gumbo and some French bread rolls. I got the candles all lit and it smells like rain. Hey Settle down, our refreshing glasses all around. I hear the first drops blinking on the front porch stand. It's an exciting old evening, we ain't going nowhere. Is that a hound dog wailing over across the fence, or a tugboat crying out on Bayou Teche? She would wax as I would wane, with scary stories or hurricanes, yeah. Hey mama, come over here. You sip your wine, I got my beer, while the mosquitoes and the flies tap on the screen door. Hey mama, oh mama, hey mama, oh mama, yeah mama, oh mama, hey mama, who get back there mama, yeah. Thank you. All right, what do we got here? Time for one more round, folks.
This didn't have lyrics on it. I just was trying to. I should have just written them down on a piece of paper what I was going to do. So. You get addicted to technology, you just want to use it for everything, I guess. So. Thank you, Gary, for making space for me to be here, and Shelley, and Christopher, and Michael, and Carly, and everybody. Just really grateful to be here. So thank you. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. There's a hunger buried in the soul. There's an urge inside to fly. We get tethered to the lies we're told. Leaves us longing for the sky. Well, you're stuck on the ground, but your dreams in the clouds, praying someone will drop you a line. Well, now you gotta reach up past what you can see. Grab any hope you can find. And hold on, sink your teeth in like you're never letting go. Hold on, fight like hell to get your fears under control. Tie a knot at the end of your rope and hold on. There's a question we all come to know. Could I become a little more? And if you fight to see your dreams unfold, would it be worth fighting for? Well, now time marches on, and if you wait too long, you'll be stuck living with your regrets. So now get off your knees, come on, roll up your sleeves. Come on and give us your best. And hold on, sink your teeth in like you're never letting go. Hold on, fight like hell to get your fears under control. Tie a knot at the end of your rope and hold on. Hold on, hold on. Sink your teeth in like you're never letting go. And hold on. Fight like hell to get your fears under control. Well, hold on. Sink your teeth in like you're never letting go. Hold on. Fight like hell to get your fears under control. Tie a knot at the end of your rope and hold on. Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Thank you very much.
Another low energy song.
Yeah.
Young people. Okay. Now I'm going to put you to sleep. It's a lullaby almost. This is just a song about how nice it is to be around people who are playing music, and how nice it is to get a chance yourself to be under the lights or whatever. This was written there's a place in Chicago called The Bulls that I used to play for, I don't know, 5-6 years. And unlike most places out west, back east, some places are open till 4 in the morning. And little guy with his guitar would play from 9 until 4. I usually played about 80 songs a night. And the muscle memory is fantastic. Anyway, this was written in where you got ready was back in like adjacent to the freezer room. It was very luxurious. And I was there one night. I think I had been, I don't know, we were doing these little bootstrap tours where you go around to all the colleges and stuff, and you drive yourself, and you set all your stuff up yourself, and you get no money. This is called Sweet Hope Nothings. Sweet hope nothings from the back room of a bar. I won't worry about where I'm going. You can only see so far. My friends are making music in the other room. They make it like an easy chair. Rock my mind in tune. All I needed was a place to rest my eyes. Now I'm all right. Now I'm all right. Bring me up and bring me down. Play it and say it right. The only way I understand. Join the day tonight. There's mysteries that I can't solve in the hands of some great plan. There's so much more about this life that living never lets you understand. All I needed was a moment in the sun. Now I'm all right. Now I'm all right. All I wanted was a song that could be sung. Now I'm all right. Now I'm all right. Thank you. It's been fun singing for you. I'm so glad you came. Thank you.
Well, this is the last one, right, Gary?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I just want to say it's been a privilege to share the stage with people who can actually play instruments. I mean, I can't. So this is why I write poetry and short stories and sing. When I was a small boy, let's say 10, 12, growing up not too far from London, on Sundays and even Saturdays, I used to go to the small village where we lived and would watch the great big London cycle clubs whizzing through on their very expensive 10-speed bicycles. And of course, I wanted one. And there was one particular bike that I wanted. It was a Hitchens. And finally, in 2004, I went to Lancaster in England and I bought one, custom made. And her name is Loretta. She is utterly gorgeous. She's red with golden lugs and chromed stay. I mean, oh, I'm in love with her. You know, as some people are in love with their cars, I'm in love with my bike. Sadly, sometimes Loretta is neglected and she sits in my garage. And she was upset about this, and so she wrote me a poem. And it's in this book, my book, The Bob Sterry School of Burglary, which you can purchase tonight at seasonal prices. And it's called A Little Taste of Tarmac. A little taste of tarmac, Bobby, let me spin my wheels. A little taste of the long, flat road, I've forgotten how it feels. A little taste of tarmac, Bobby, make my chain wheel hum. A little taste of the uphill grind, 30 miles and some. A little taste of tarmac, Bobby, way out among the farms. A little taste of the dust on your lips, my metal soul will calm. Climb up onto the saddle, Bobby, clip into the pedals tight. Feel my frame respond to you. You always crank me right. Stay with me in the saddle, Bobby. Our ride will be as sweet as the wash of lactic acid from your shoulders to your feet. It's good with you on my saddle, Bobby. I know you feel the same. You push my pedals hard now, and laughing, call my name. Lean easy in those corners, Bobby, accelerating the while. My frame is all aglow now. On your face, I sense a smile. Flying home with you, Bobby, you get that adrenaline kick. It makes you sprint the last half mile and smooth out that left-hand flick. A little taste of tarmac, Bobby. I'm waiting, stem unbowed. Come find me soon and ride me before my rims corrode. A little taste of tarmac, Bobby. Make me spin my wheels. A little taste of any road. Or forget how good it feels. Thank you. Something sexy about bikes, don't you think?
Well, I got one more, but before I do that, you have podcasts and all? Tell us where to get that, where to find them there.
It's on YouTube, and it's called They Can't All Be Bangers, and I do it with my friend Hattori. It's on her YouTube channel. But if you search Jeremy Herzer, They Can't All Be Bangers in YouTube, you'll find that. So,
Great.
Thank you.
All right. And then again, David's got a River City Folk Show coming up on the 21st. But is there other websites or something people can use?
DavidGrossmusic.com.
Pretty simple.
You can
David.
listen to all the music you want for free.
And Bob's got a book. And websites?
Website, bobsterry.com.
Bob Sterry, pretty easy, bobsterry.com. This is a song that came to me. The first verse and the last verse came to me in a dream. And I keep a pad by my bed, as most songwriters do, or writers do, and jotted it down at 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever time it was, and then got up the next morning and kind of read what I did, scrolled, and usually got to try to decipher it because it's written in the middle of the night when I'm half awake. And it was the first verse and the last verse of this song. And it took me about 6 weeks to figure out what the middle was supposed to be. The school gym was decked out in streamers of gold. The bleachers tucked back about as far as they would go. And the basketball baskets held crepe paper stars. The night they fell in love. The red family pickup was polished and clean. He detailed it inside and out. It was his for the night instead of that old station wagon. His for his special night. His shirt freshly pressed, a new blue sports jacket, corsage in the icebox, all carefully planned. And he'd actually shaved for the third time in his life. Made him feel more like a man. On the drive to her house, he rehearsed his good evening, sir, and a firm handshake just for her dad. But it was a quiet ride to school, 'cause after, hey, that's a nice dress, she couldn't think of something to add. Her dress made the sound getting out of the truck, fresh corn husks in the wind. And they entered the gym to Roy Orbison singing Pretty Woman. And he walked on by. Then he found the courage to ask her to dance. They headed out for the free throw line. The boots on his feet felt just like lead, but the smell right to his head, and they dance to the Tennessee waltz. And I remember the night and the Tennessee waltz. Thank you all very much for coming tonight. It has been a pleasure. Jeremy Herzler, David Gross, my good friend Bob Sterry, Laurie and Ann Louise, y'all get better if you're watching at home. Thank you all very much. And Michael on the sound, and Carly on the video. Christopher, thank you so much. Steve on the door, thank you. And Sherry somewhere. Shelly left? Okay, sorry. All right, well, and thank you all for joining us. There's a great show tomorrow night. Stephanie Strange and the Familiars will be here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Terrific show. Check our website, artichokemusic.org. We got a bunch of really good shows coming up around Christmas and through the end of the year and all the time, but really special shows coming up. And we always ask people to support Artichoke. We're a 501(c)(3). It's the giving season. Check us out online, and there's plenty of ways for you to support Artichoke, keep live music alive here in the city. We thank you all. Good night.